Good morning, everyone. This is Riley with Midwest Market Management, bringing you the bi-weekly Tuesday edition, January 6th of weather from weather in South America from a national yield perspective. Just me today. Clint is out doing some meetings. So with that said, I don't have much to add as we start this. Rolling into a new year, weather's a lot more of the same. So here we go. First thing I want to do, put into perspective how big of an area we're talking about. Uh, for the South America crop, we're looking at anywhere from central Argentina all the way up into Mato Grosso and the Tocantins in Brazil. Mato Grosso is going to be a place that's getting very important in the next few weeks as first crop beans are officially underway and being harvested in that region of Brazil right now. And if you take just Mato Grosso and put it on the US map, it's almost the entire Midwest. So big area to be looking at, especially in terms of how big that is going all the way from Argentina through Brazil. So with that said, first thing I want to do is talk about planting progress in Argentina. Numbers have ticked up very quickly now as round 2 planting was fully underway. Can see these numbers are good through the end of 2025. Right now, corn planting actually a little bit ahead of average, bean planting slightly behind. Not really anything too concerning there right now. So overall planting progress, it looks like Brazil and Argentina both got their crops in the ground relatively easy. The one thing we don't know about yet is that Safrinha crop, which will not have planting starting until the next few weeks. Excuse me. So with that, moving into the temperature side of things, next 5 days, this area of Paraguay and some of northern Argentina has had temps consistently in the 90s for about the last 2 to 3 weeks now. They've had enough rain though where it hasn't been an issue, and I haven't been reading or hearing any big talks of drought down there at this time. So everywhere else, a lot of temperatures in the 80s to maybe right at 90. Overall, right now, we've seen a lot of area of Argentina in the 90s, and they've been needing some rain to potentially help them out here the next couple of weeks. But other than that, in terms of Brazil, temperatures have been pretty much right where farmers would like them to be. So 6 to 10 days shows a little bit more of the same. A lot of the heat actually starting to dissipate in that Paraguay region. So not really anything new there. One thing that is different, last 2 weeks of rainfall, this is included through week of Christmas all the way up until yesterday. This region saw rains last week, and now we've got this area of Argentina that was actually really hot and dry and could definitely use the rain. Looks like they did get some. So overall, Argentina, this small chunk in the middle definitely could use a little bit of rain in the next couple of weeks, but I'm not really anything right now that I'm overly concerned with. Looking up into Mato Grosso, where bean harvest is underway, the western side of that area is very, very wet right now, but the east is, they've had a solid amount of rain, but for that region, 3 to 4 inches is a week in and week out deal, as especially if you go back and look at the history that we've been doing this year on the maps. So definitely some areas that will not be able to get harvest going as quickly as they want with that much rain, but at the same time, from a national yield perspective, not really anything right now that's hindering yield and taking away from it. So one other new thing to note is the southern Brazil region was fairly dry, and it looks like a lot of those issues are being resolved, but this central Mato Grosso do Sul, northern Paraná, these regions definitely will be looking for some rain over the next couple of weeks. So with that said, the 1 to 5 day shows Argentina getting some rain and more of that already wet region of Mato Grosso catching some more. But other than that, very small amounts out on the forecast in the 1 to 5. Heard a lot of reports of people talking big rains, and unless they're talking about this little blip in Argentina, I'm not seeing where they're talking widespread rains right now, because anything under an inch in South America really isn't much, and a lot of times those end up being either dissipating or underwhelming. So 1 to 5, some regions of Argentina and Mato Grosso getting rains. As you go this far east, you're getting close to out of the growing area, so I'm not giving that a lot of attention. And 6 to 10 day, more of the same, some decent chances of rain along this belt that is probably in the most need of it out of everybody. But at the same time, it's not large rains, and I'm not seeing where a lot of analysts and people are talking good rains in the forecast. So I know the 11 to 15 has rains in the extended models, but until it's in the front 10 days, it's hard for me to take rains really seriously. So as of right now, I would definitely say there's not any huge drought concerns, but on the flip side, I do think if there's no rains of significant value coming in the next 2 to 3 weeks, it will be something that could start being an issue. So overall, from a national yield perspective, guys, I don't see anywhere where we can be taken away from yield. The record is the potential for a record crop right now, and Brazil especially is there. So as harvest is getting underway, initial thoughts have been that bean yields have been really good in Mato Grosso. We'll have to see if that's a trend that continues, or maybe there's some areas that don't have the high yields that everybody's expecting. But for right now, not a lot of bullish news out of South America. And with that, that is all I have today. Tune in on Thursday for our next rendition of Midwest Market Management's weather from a national yield perspective for South America. So if you have any questions, feel free to give us a call or check out our website or YouTube channel. So with that, thank you and have a great day.
This material has been prepared by a sales or trading employee or agent of Midwest Market Management and is in the nature of a solicitation. This material is not a research report prepared by of Midwest Market Management Research Department. By accepting this communication, you agree that you are an experienced user of the futures markets, capable of making independent trading decisions, and agree that you are not and will not rely solely on this communication in making trading decisions. Distribution in some jurisdictions may be prohibited or restricted by law. Persons in possession of this communication indirectly should inform themselves about and observe any such prohibition or restrictions. To the extent that you have received this communication indirectly and solicitations are prohibited in your jurisdiction without registration, the market commentary in this communication should not be considered a solicitation. The risk of loss in trading futures and/or options is substantial, and each investor and/or trader must consider whether this is a suitable investment. Past performance, whether actual or indicated by simulated historical tests of strategies, is not indicative of future results. Trading advice is based on information taken from trades and statistical services and other sources that of Midwest Market Management believes are reliable. We do not guarantee that such information is accurate or complete, and it should not be relied upon as such. Trading advice reflects our good faith judgment at a specific time and is subject to change without notice. There is no guarantee that the advice we give will result in profitable trades.